What's up guys, welcome to today's video. It's a pretty exciting day, exciting and nerve-wracking. Basically, we are at the point where we should have final confirmation from one of our lenders that we've been working with to find out basically if we were approved for this new shop I'm trying to buy. So it's an exciting day. I will say things have kind of spiraled out of control in a way that all the content that I was planning this week, kind of the whole schedule and timeline got a little mixed up because of the stuff that happened with the GT350 clutch. The good news is Monster, I'm pretty sure, is like same daying us a new clutch after they balance it and inspect the old one. So that's amazing. But still, that leaves me to kind of scramble for what I'm going to do today at the shop. But I've got quite a bit of stuff that I kind of want to update you guys on and some big news. It's a lot of random stuff going on with the projects, but I think you guys will find it pretty interesting. I guess minor update on the RS6. I've actually pretty much stopped dailing it. I found out that for whatever reason, those seats kind of create a pressure point in my back and make my back pain like 10 times worse. And I've actually felt a lot better not driving it around and just going back to normal activity. I feel like it's maybe strengthening my back and it's been in a lot less pain. But I think I'm gonna put it back to stock and like actually list it for sale for real. Because I've just kind of been tinkering and just posting online here and there, but I think it's time. All right, now I warned you there was gonna be a lot of random stuff in today's video. I show up to the warehouse. There is a giant crate. You would think that there would be car parts or something really good in here. But in fact, we have a crate full of Ignites, brand new. I feel like I'm not enthusiastic enough about this. It's been a slow morning. I'm like trying really hard to be like an extra YouTuber. Like, look, I got a crate. These are really cool. I've just been buying other jugs and putting Ignite logos on them, so it's sick to have an Ignite branded jug. So I'm super excited about these Ignites and a couple of these that we can use for all the Ignite red that we use. They look rad and I'm excited to have them on the shelf. So these are sweet. Get yourself some. One other thing I wanted to talk about, you guys notice the Solstice is still here. Basically, I wanted to have it shaken down before she had it to make sure there are no issues. And two issues that it was kind of running into. One, the cooling system just like wouldn't really burp itself well. So Freddie kind of suggested some different ways to route the cooling lines. So we did that, but the biggest issue was that because the motor mounts were so soft, the engine was rocking so much that it actually damaged one of the power steering lines. So we were waiting on new mounts to get here, which actually just came in, and then gonna redo some of the power steering lines, and then this car will be good enough to give to her. I just want to give her the car until it's shaken down enough to where she would know that she could go drive it and not potentially have any issues. But AC is working now. We actually like changed some stuff in the front bumper, so the intake gets more airflow by like drilling out some stuff. And it's just kind of, you know, it's easy to swap a car quick, but to have it shaken down kind of takes a little bit more time. So hopefully I'll get this back to her this weekend so she can start driving and enjoying it hassle-free. I don't remember the last update we've given with 15 stuff. I know we told you we're running the G42 this year. We were having a hard time getting a manifold that would work well with the setup just because of space constraints. So Chris is actually making a little jig right now, and Johan is going to weld us. I think I did mention that Johan was going to make the manifold for this car, because I referenced that he made the manifolds for Zeroy, which by the way I missed. We need to go give Zeroy some love. And we got these sweet billet collectors that he's going to build off of. I've only had one car with a billet collector before, and that was my first manifold for my R32. Look how cool these things are. Chris, what's the advantage? It just saves time?
Oh yeah, that's a ton of time. Just in that one piece. Hours, half a day to build a collector. So.
But most people don't do this because it's more expensive. Got it. So it makes sense, you know, if the price of having this is CNC'd, yeah, would make sense for people to just always use these for manifolds. But yeah, so that's your little update here. We're going to a bigger intercooler, so Chris has been redoing intercooler piping with the plasma and intake manifold. Anything else I'm missing, Chris?
Yeah, the coils.
Oh, we talked about that stuff.
Oh, okay.
We had Freddie give us a little talk about it, but lots of little changes, but it's going to start coming together. Should I work on R34 today?
Maybe.
I just don't like half getting involved in stuff. We're already half involved in a lot, and I don't want
Yeah.
to start ripping apart the fuel system if I'm not going to finish it. I'm torn. Let's see what else I can come up with to do, and then maybe we'll go to this. Another thing that I forgot to mention before, Chris has been working on is fabbing up the new steering column. This is a sensitive topic for Pro 2 drivers right now because they just announced a rule where aftermarket steering columns are no longer allowed in FD Pro 2, but thankfully we're with the big dogs now, so we can use one. This is collapsible, right?
It is.
So can you explain what that means?
Yeah, it's like a safety protocol. If you ever get into a bad accident to where, I mean, it'd have to be a really bad accident, but say you push the firewall in some scenarios, stock ones can impale you because they're not collapsible, so everything will come in and actually collapse into your chest. This column has a 9-inch collapsible section at the bottom of it, so it can collapse a total of 9 inches before the column where you're at, where the steering wheel is, will move at all. So you have like 9 inches of safety buffer. These are the same ones they run in NASCAR and a bunch of other series too, so they're
sick.
Yeah.
And if you look too, I have the new ECU Master 7-inch display. Before I had a 5-inch because it's all that we could fit in the actual panel. But now since it's mounted to the steering column, we can go a little bit bigger. Kind of interesting, the reason why they banned aftermarket steering columns and FD is for cost reasons. Just out of curiosity, what does this steering column cost?
The whole kit.
Yeah.
Everything is, I think it was like $650. It wasn't that bad
For a collapsible.
for everything.
And then what would you charge someone? Because they talked about the same thing in the Maximum Driftcast live stream, and I thought it was kind of interesting. What would you charge someone to install this aftermarket steering column in an FD type car?
Probably about the same.
So
About $500-600.
So it's
So
about-
$1,200.
Man,
Shoot high. Call it $1,500. $1,500 for that.
still, I see why it's a sensitive topic, because out of all the things I feel like that they could outlaw, the steering column and pedal thing is just, it was an interesting one, because they said no aftermarket pedal boxes and no aftermarket steering columns, which Colette's upset about because she's really small, and that's going to make it really tough for her to drive if she wants to do Pro Spec, as it's called this year, no longer Pro 2.
That's also one of the benefits of the columns is you can tailor make these things, and they offer them in several different sizes to where you could set it up to exactly match you, versus some people like Colette, she gets in a car, she'll have to stack a whole bunch of spacers on the back of it or something like that, and it just is awkward. When you can do a little bit of math, a little bit of measuring, and get exactly what you need for your driver like stance in the seat. So
I mean, if you
That's
think
one
about
benefit.
it, $1,500.
Yeah.
They would be better off banning real wheels if they just forced Pro Spec to run fake wheels. Think about it. You got Dustin Miles running Rays on his car. If the homie was running, a cheap knockoff wheel, he'd save way more money than a steering column. It's true, right?
Yeah.
It's a good point. I wonder if, imagine how much flack they would get for that. Should ban headlights.
Yeah, no seeing.
Yeah.
Never.
Okay. You can stop pointing that at me now.
You sure?
Yep. In case you're wondering what we used for the thumbnail, since I wasn't able to get a carbon buildup, is actually marmalade.
Marmite.
I thought it was marmalade.
How dare you burn marmalade?
God! Look, dude, it catches on fire. It smokes real good. It smells great when it's burning.
No, you're wrong about that.
Alright, now you saw the title of this video, so you're probably wondering what that was about. I have to say, this is something that a lot of you guys have kind of guessed, kind of expected, kind of have been calling out and saying in the videos, but things have just been hectic here and there's been a lot going on, and I didn't want to just kind of say this in passing. But we kind of did set the standard, and to officially welcome a new member of the Lzmfg team, we've been doing burnouts. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome the newest full-time member of the Lzmfg team. Your boys out here! Another reason why we haven't been doing this, because the block has been really hot. The people
Look at the background.
The people don't like the burnouts. They're gonna come, but we're gonna lock up shop, and we're gonna park like we're gonna put a big arrow to one of the BMWs, so when the police come, they think it's them. So that was sick though.
Yeah.
I gotta say that was probably one of the best ones. I know he had more power than both you and Johan did,
Yeah.
but look, you can't even see. It's like your boy face.
Yeah.
I goofed.
What do you mean you goofed? That was great.
I goofed.
No.
You know, you're just trying to take a nice casual stroll home
Yeah.
and your foot slips.
Oops.
All right, so it's officially been like 2 weeks now?
Yeah, a couple weeks.
How's it been?
It's been fun.
Yeah.
Good change of pace.
Yeah.
A lot more behind the scenes stuff that I didn't expect, but there's like a ton of work that goes into this.
So when we originally brought Marco on, it was primarily to help Chris with all the FD stuff, since when Andy decided to take a step back, and then everything kind of got thrown on Chris. And Marco's really, really talented when it comes to fabricating things and bending tubes and stuff, which I guess, what? Why is that funny? Well, anyway, but then we ended up getting really busy, and then like doing my mom's car and a lot of other stuff came up, so he's just been helping with a lot of the other random stuff around the shop. But we're excited to have you on board.
Thanks for having me.
And
We will now bask in the sun of the.
yeah, I already told him if the cops come and you get in trouble, I don't know you. So there's that. But
I'd be like, I'm still on the clock, officer.
yeah, no, like listen, I didn't have a choice. I was told it was a do or die thing, but yeah, we haven't really had the opportunity to do it. You know, he's been daily driving the car here every single day, just waiting to do a burnout. We just keep pushing it back.
Oh man, that felt good. I haven't done a burnout in a while.
Man, every time he's going to do a burnout, I want to do a burnout.
Nope.
But I gotta remember.
Nope. Block hot now.
You are a bad boy.
Yeah. So anyway, I don't know what the is going on with this video, but we'll film some more tomorrow. All right. So update on the Evo. You guys had a lot of really good suggestions. Shulman tried shampooing it. He tried steaming it. He got another thing they use. I bought an ozone thing to try to kill the smell. Nothing's really working, so what I'm going to do today, I'm actually just going to pull probably the entire carpet out of the car, and then we can either have this one like extracted, or potentially I actually bought a spare carpet for the red TME, since I was going to put carpet back in that, since it was going to be like made for the street mod class, and then I can always just use this one in that, since I was going to cut the carpet probably in back anyway. So I'm going to pull the interior part on this, which I hate doing on like a clean interior car, because a lot of times clips get broken and things get lost, but I just want to have it done right, because it still smells like milk bad. Hopefully Mitsubishis are easy to take apart. Seems to be so far.
Yeah.
Technically speaking, this would be probably the lightest my Evo has ever been. It'd
Yeah.
be funny to put the car in scales. I bet it would be like in the mid 2500s with all the interior out of it.
That's stock EK weight.
It's sick. All-wheel drive, 500 wheel. All right, Mike. Be prepared for the stink, because it's coming. I already know mask. I'm not a. Okay. Yep, and it reeks.
I thought you weren't a pussy.
I said it reeks. I didn't say I can't breathe. Probably just go ask the guys next door. They have all the tools for getting rid of smells. So it doesn't look like much, but that little liquid is like separated milk fragments. So I feel like, you know, the smart thing to do would be to take out all the sound deadening, because we'd also be saving weight, but we're not gonna do that with this car. That'll be a TME thing. But these cars are actually really easy to take apart compared to S chassis. There's not a lot of trim that can really be broken, and to pull out the entire carpet was probably
20 minutes. Not even.
20 minutes tops, and that's me like taking my time and being careful. But anyway, hopefully now that we have the carpet out, I'm gonna compare it to the carpet that I got from Tommy's front clip that was supposed to go in the TME. If that one's just as clean, I'll just throw that in just to rule that out, and then we can take time to clean that and put it in the other one. But the saga of the milk stained Evo continues.